Hey, welcome.
Thank you.
Come in. This is my studio and shop-in studio all in one. So here I get to play around and merchandise and display some of my newest pieces. Spring 18 collection. I was talking about how you can see in this photo shoot that I was really playing with the idea of reversibility. So you can see a lot of these kind of flipped sleeves that your arm actually comes out and then goes back in. It's a little flip in here too. We use a lot of materials that are very tactile. They always have some kind of interesting touch. And I like to layer things in a very unexpected way. So like these are just sleeves that are attached by a ribbon that you can layer over different styles. That's usually used in bomber jackets. So like also considering materials that people don't expect to be used in a certain way. This is a tank using this ruffled cotton. It's a fleece cotton from Japan. So on one side, it's a multicolor yarn. So every yardage of this is actually different colors. It's on the base of a silk gazar. So it's very minimal on the back. Sort of an oversized T shape with this flip here.
Nice color.
So, yeah. So the juxtaposition of this kind of slippery, sheer silk fabric with this terry knit. Here I have, you can see the same style in the sleeve. This is the topsy-turvy shirt. This is in a chintz. So this also has this cool kind of shiny texture. You were saying that it looks like leather from afar. It has like asymmetrically ordered snaps to really encourage you to play with how to wear it and how to purposefully mismatch it. So that's that interlock coat, which I did this season in the sky blue silk file. So again, like choosing, I like files a lot because they have a lot of volume. It's like really crunchy, but also like bubbly at the same time. It is the handkerchief pant. So very simple pattern with very just like some strategic stitching that creates a hidden pocket. And it opens up, so it's really airy and has a nice flow. So with a lot of movement, Japanese mesh. It's a two-sided mesh that pops open on the shoulder and all outward seams. That's the detail on. I usually don't like to have closures, like traditional like kind of hardware and things like that. So most of my pieces will wrap and tie, something really easy. So this is the bomber tie jacket. So it's very like fitted, kind of clean back, and then it's got a lot of volume on the back and in the sleeves.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and you can see also this detail here at the hem where the elastic casing is actually separate from the front. Oh, and the shorts that I'm wearing right now, these are the slit shorts. So,
interesting.
Yeah, so you can see it's actually very asymmetric. You can see it very clearly from the back.
Right.
The cut and the hem. There's two little pockets here. So like, yeah, having this kind of front thigh slit, sort of unusual opening. So this whole panel was actually one parallel construction, all in one line. So the idea behind this was that I didn't want to be a kind of a forced opening for the body, that the openings are just different amounts of space in between the bands.
Right.
Yeah, it's different because I don't usually use prints, but the ones that I do choose are ones that really have a feeling of the hand in it. Like this really looks like someone painted, it's very calligraphic.
Right.
So I like to choose things that are like very organic. But I am developing a print right now, actually, which is pretty funny. This print that I'm creating, I can guess where this came from.
Bees?
Yeah, it comes from nitro-coated gloves. So these are like gardening gloves.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they put on this like sort of silicone rubber so that you can touch things. This whole collection is about, it's almost kind of sci-fi, but it's about like armor that we're wearing, kind of a second skin that allows us to have kind of superpowers or like more skills. So as I'm looking at like judo inspiration, and it makes me think of something cozy and
I got you.
grandmotherly, like something very intimate, but then this is very foreign, and that's the thing that I'm playing with for this collection. This is the studio. You can see this is my pattern making table. I make all the patterns in-house. I design, drape, and make all the prototypes in-house, so everything is definitely like goes through my hands. And then I work with seamstresses in the garment district. But I have like all the machines here. I do some small production, and I do custom pieces and a lot of custom designs for dancers and musicians, and I do all of that by hand here. I like to use a lot of materials like fleece. Like my last collection had a lot of fleece in it, the stuff that is usually hidden and not meant to be exposed, but I find beauty in it. Our clothing is like the other body. It's so intimate, and that's what I love about fashion, because it's so intimate and so private and personal, but at the same time it's the one thing that tells everybody like instantly what they think about you, you know, or like how they read you or how they understand you. So it's very powerful to be at that intersection. I play music too. That's why I have a piano. I mean, this is what I grew up is focusing on music, and I always loved art. This is a sculpture that I made. It's a musical sculpture. It's all made out of pantyhose and wood and wire, and it was inspired by Piazzolla's music.
Wow, how does it work?
It doesn't work as an instrument, but you want something that works as an instrument, I will show you another sculpture. These are all ocarinas.
Oh,
so all of the heads actually make sound. It's very low, yeah. This one's got a deep throat. And I draw on my own, and I was designing clothing since I was a little kid. And then I started sewing when I was like 12 or 13. Started to make my own clothes, and then I slowly like moved into art and design and like studying painting and drawing and all of that. So that's like all of that is my love. Yeah, it all kind of comes together as one. It's just one thing.
Yes, that's you.
Yeah. Bye.